The Trophic Levels design by Svaha was so amazing. I loved it because it has not only does it have the sun as the base of the food chain, but it also has glucose and mitochondria and chloroplast and all of the metabolic processes, metabolic equipment in plants that makes all that stuff work. Um, then it goes up the chain. You see the plants, you see the insects that live on those plants, and the even the birds in the background that would eat those insects. So I just loved how every part of that design was well thought through. My name is Diana Gibson. I am a science teacher at the New School of Northern Virginia. I have a Master's of Education in Curriculum and Instruction and a concentration in Environmental Education. I also have a degree in geology, so I know that's one of the things we talked about a lot last time, was rocks and earth processes and how maps are so cool for things for Svaha, and all of the wonderful designs that they have. I definitely wanted to film this outside because I'm also a master naturalist. I love teaching about nature and ecology, and that was one of my things that I really enjoyed for the trophic levels. And it wasn't just like a graph or something. It was something where you can actually kind of pick it apart with the different design elements, maybe even ask students to put it in order and have some really cool conversations about it. So I just love the conversation pieces. I also wore the um, Rebel Elements shirt because I thought that was a really cool color, first of all. Green is fabulous for STEM. Unlike some other shirts that are sort of designed maybe by AI or maybe by someone who's just not checking, some shirts that try to use the periodic table do not get it right, and they do not have either the right numbers or they just have made up some symbols that don't actually exist. Those kind of things really bother me when I have to end up having conversations with people about like, yeah, that looks cool, but it's not. That's not a design that works. That was one thing we talked about before that I thought was really important. Was getting the science right in your designs. Yeah, we also talked a lot about how maps are a really great way to explore visual concepts and be visually interesting as part of design. Trying to record this, we'll see how this works. If you guys can use any of this, that's great. I just wanted to do something outside among the things that I love teaching about and studying. So, um, also love that Baja basically makes everyone able to be Miss Frizzle in their particular subjects and in their niches, and just all of the designs end up being wonderful conversation pieces. I was saying that the trophic levels design specifically related to a pollinators and a host plants project. So of course I always talk about how people can do something in their own backyard or in a pot, even on their deck. We're actually filming this at a park right now, and behind me is flowering plants in a pollinator garden, and also we have a rain barrel on the other side here. So I love seeing that kind of stuff out in the world. People using landscaping and public places, public structures to make a difference and to provide habitat for wildlife in lots of little corners. So you don't have to have um, just a giant swath of land to do this. That's ideal, but anyone can help by um, planting something that will host insects in their area, native plants especially. So providing good food for bugs, all the things that depend on those bugs, like birds. If you like birds, you better like bugs too. They're plant something for the birds to feed their babies, for the caterpillars to have a good host plant, for the birds to catch those caterpillars. So it's getting windy and it's gonna rain a little bit. Speaking of all these natural cycles, and thank you once again, Svaha, for making thoughtful science designs and giving us a lot to talk about.